One of the candidates aiming to be the Democratic nominee for House District 74 says he's hoping that his desire to be an honest player in politics will be enough to appeal to voters in his district.
WXI 12's Joshua Davis introduces us to the second person in the race as we continue our Commitment 2024 coverage.
Even though the primary has yet to happen, Democratic candidate Mac Wilder already has his sights set on the general election and replacing incumbent Jeff Zenger. Mac Wilder says he's been involved in politics since the presidential campaign of Al Gore, working as everything from a poll watcher to making buttons. This election season, he's throwing his hat into the ring as a candidate rather than a volunteer.
That's one of the bigger reasons I decided to run for office, because I always felt like, Republicans running unopposed, and I'm sure Republicans feel the same way, Democrats running unopposed, it's just shortchanging the citizens. I think citizens need a choice.
He made it no secret he wants to unseat Republican Jeff Zenger, bringing up a lawsuit involving the Republican.
I've been a citizen of Louisville for 15 years. I feel a really close connection to this community. And I wanted to make sure that Jeff Zenger had some competition. I think people will get upset when the people you elect to represent them actually sue you, the citizens of Louisville, for money when you're supposed to be representing us. I think it's wrong.
Aside from competition with Zenger, Wilder's focus is on expanding Medicaid, motivated by personal experience.
When I turned 50, I was laid off. I lost the insurance I had while I was with the company, and I had a heart attack. 3 days later, I was $38,000 in debt, through no fault of my own. There really just has to be access to affordable quality health care, because I guess the American dream just can't be save, 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 and hope you don't get sick.
And as a former Marine, he wants to bring veterans issues to the top of the legislature's agenda.
Our federal government should be taking care of our vets, and it's not like we don't have the money. We take the money out of defense spending, and then after we've taken care of our vets, we can use it for defense spending. It's a crisis. It's a crisis we have with every conflict, whether you're talking Vietnam, whether you're talking Iraq. We always try to fix them up on the cheap.
Over the course of our conversation, Wilder expressed an interest in increasing salaries for what he calls essential professions.
For instance, teachers, especially teachers and bus drivers. Everybody takes for granted the bus driver until your kid doesn't get home on time. But paramedics, we have vacancies for paramedics. Doctors, nurses, policemen, and policemen take a bad hit for when they do something wrong, and we tend to overlook all the good that they do.
Many of Wilder's aims fall in line with those of other Democrats, but he says what he and the party can accomplish is limited by their control in the legislature.
All depends on how many seats we win, Democrats win, because we could write legislation 24/7, 7 days a week, and it's not going to go anywhere if we don't have the majority in the House and we don't have the majority in the state Senate.
However, even without full control, he believes much can be accomplished through careful negotiation.
I would look for those same pockets of reason that separated Medicaid expansion from the casino bill and got the casino bill passed. I think there are a lot of Republicans that are level-headed, that realize their parties left them behind. And that's essential to govern. There is a level of compromise.
And he's confident voters will see him as the change they need.
I am an honest player. I just want to be a really good politician that works for the citizens that he represents and the state as a whole.
And Wilder says he'll be knocking on doors all the way up to the primary and maybe even past that to the general. Joshua Davis, WXII 12 News.